Hey, 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 Maximizers! Welcome to my live. Please excuse my crazy hair. It got wet in the rain yesterday, and I did not retwist it. So welcome to my live. There's some fuzz in my hair. If this is your first time watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help business owners use YouTube to create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. And I have been creating content and running my business since 2018. Now, I started off teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan, how to strategically shop so that they could save money to get the things that they want, like, and need without paying full price. I had been couponing for 10 years when I started my business. So at this rate, I'm turning 36 this year. So I've been couponing for essentially 18 years. For half of my life, I have been couponing. So when I had 10 years of experience, I started my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel helped me start a business. So in 2020, my couponing clients were like, "Hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start a YouTube channel? Can you teach us how to start businesses? Can you teach us how to start side hustles? Because there's a pandemic going on and we need to make money. We saved a lot of money and now we want to make money." And I was like, okay. And my business coach at the time was like, "Hey, Crystal, you're one of our star students. I want you to come and coach the people in my program." And I was like, okay. So in 2020, I accidentally became a business coach. It was not my goal. It was not my intention. It wasn't my focus to be a business coach. I literally became a business coach out of a need to serve my clients and a need to help my business coach at the time that asked me, like, "Hey, Crystal, can you help me do this?" And I was like, okay. So what happened was, for 3 years, I did both. Forward facing, I was your couponing girl. I was on the news like over 30 times. I helped hundreds of women save tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, I was pumping out couponing content like no one's business. Hey, Barbara, thank you so much for joining. And then behind the scenes, I ran my very first business coaching program called YouTube Channel on a Budget. I ran Side Hustle on a Budget. Then I created a monthly membership called the Money Makers Academy. That was my first group coaching program. And then I eventually ran the Side Hustle Society. I started selling one-on-one coaching, and I really fell in love with business coaching. And in 2023, my life unraveled. I had a 33-year-old crisis. Like, my life was in shambles. And I said, I can't do both anymore. Like, I felt stuck. I felt pulled in multiple positions. And I felt like neither things were working at their highest potential because my time and my energy was like split. So I said I needed to pick one. And I decided to pick being a business coach. And it was hard. I had serious imposter syndrome. I was seriously like, "You're the couponing girl. Who do you think you are being a business coach? Why do you think you're qualified to be a business coach? You've only had a business for 5 years, and now you think that you can coach people how to be a business coach? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. Like, who do you think you are?" I struggled. I want you to put a number one in the chat if you've ever struggled with imposter syndrome. If you've ever struggled with making a decision because you did not feel like, for lack of better terms, that you were worthy of it. But like, when I looked at my results, I had helped, maybe I didn't help hundreds of clients save tens of thousands of dollars like I did couponing, but I had helped 30 to 40 women make tens of thousands of dollars. And I had to look back at my results of, like, I helped women who had no idea how to start a business start a business. I helped people start a YouTube channel, and some of those people still have their YouTube channel to this day. Like, they're still posting 5 years later, and I helped them start their YouTube channel in 2020 or in 2021. I helped people start side hustles that were able to allow them to pay for their kids to play soccer. And it's just mind blowing that you allow yourself to focus on the negative so much. And I was like, who do I think I am being a business coach? So I struggled all of 2023 with the decision. But at the end of 2023, I made the decision. I started my brand new YouTube channel called Build a Business with Chris. It's Build a Business with KRYS. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to that YouTube channel. But I did not have the capacity to be consistent, because when my life fell apart in 2023 and I ended my engagement, I was depressed for almost all of 2024. I was depressed. I was trying to figure things out. I was just trying to stay above water because I felt like I was drowning. Yes, you felt imposter syndrome. I struggled all through 2024 being a business coach. I was throwing spaghetti at the wall and it wasn't sticking. It was sliding down the wall and it was smearing everywhere. I did not know the type of business coach that I wanted to be. I did not have my secret sauce. I did not have my lane. I was being a anything business coach to everyone, and it showed. I signed a handful of clients. I can count probably on two hands the amount of clients I signed, in 2024, because I went to just a one-on-one coaching model, and I am a membership and group coaching girl. Hey Amir, thank you so much for joining. Hey Houston Balloon Twister, how you doing tonight, girl? So I struggled, and once I got out of my depression, maybe like my heavy depression, like August, September of 2024, and I was like, I need to figure out the type of business coach that I want to be. Contrary to popular belief, when you sell to everyone, you sell to no one. When you don't have your area, when you don't have your niche, when you don't have your focus, you are just talking to everyone and you're not going to find your people. But when you have a focus and you find your people, it's okay to help people outside of that area. But when you're trying to talk to everyone, you talk to no one. So I had to sit with myself and I said, what have I done really well in my business? And what have I helped my clients with the most in their business? The answer to that question was content. One thing that I do very, very, very well in my business is content. Content made me Chris the Maximizer. Creating content on my YouTube channel made me a business owner. I just started creating couponing videos and eventually started a $5 membership that I made hundreds of thousands of dollars from. Like, I served close to 1,000 women in my membership that I had for 5 years. So content made me. So I said, I need to focus on being a content coach. And that's what I did in 2025. And I served a lot more clients. I said, I'm going to help clients specifically with their content. If I could help my 60-year-old mother create reels on Instagram and get clients for her business, I can help anyone with their business. So I said, I'm going to be a content coach. And that's what I did for 2025. And then I said, I need to get even more specific because I've been running away from this. YouTube is how I started. My very first business coaching program was called YouTube Channel on a Budget. And I think there was like 10 or 12 women in there that I helped start a YouTube channel with less than $100. You don't need anything fancy to start a YouTube channel. A phone, a microphone, and lighting is all you need. And you can start a YouTube channel today, right now. So I said, I need to go back to my roots and I need to be a content coach for business owners who want to use YouTube. So I am a content coach for business owners who want to use YouTube because I was able to create a multiple six-figure business using YouTube. Now, have I got clients from TikTok? Have I got clients from Instagram? Have I got clients from Facebook? Absolutely. But YouTube is at the core of it. I love your videos. You have great content. Oh, thank you. Hey, Lydia, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. So I said, I need to be a content coach for business owners that want to use YouTube. And I can still help you with TikTok, and I can still help you with Instagram, and I can help you with Facebook because I have all the platforms. But YouTube is my secret sauce. YouTube is my sweet spot. YouTube is where I thrive the most and where I can help you the most, showcase your talents. But the secret is, if you can sell on YouTube, you can sell on any platform, right? The platform isn't as important as the message and the focus and the strategy. I just know that YouTube is, in my opinion, the hardest platform, but it's the platform that I feel like I have the most experience with because right now I have 2 YouTube channels. I've posted over 2,000 videos across YouTube. I've gone live over 1,000 times across all of my platforms, free and paid. And I've been able to make over $400,000 in the past, almost 7 years in my business from my social media. Content made me a business owner, and content is keeping me a business owner. So I said, I have to be a content coach. So in 2026, I'm really focusing on helping business owners use YouTube to create consistent content that converts into consistent sales in their business by helping you add at least $1,000 additional revenue to your business model, hopefully multiple thousands, but we'll start with that first 1,000 by using YouTube. So that's who I am. That's how I got here. And in tonight's live, we are on day 2 of my January 10-day live series. I'm going live for the next 10 days because I'm launching my brand new membership, the Content Cash Out membership. We already have 3 lovely ladies inside the membership, and I'm so excited to be working with them. But for tonight's live, I want to talk to you about video content ideas for your business. Okay. But I want to know who's here. Let me know down in the comments where you watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from, and tell us what is your business. So where are you watching from in the comments? And then what's your business? What do you sell? Who do you help? I want to know who's here. So don't be shy. I respond to every comment. So let me know. I'm in Central Florida. I live in Lake County. And like I said, I am a content coach and I help business owners use YouTube to create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. I teach you how to make YouTube your bank inside the content cash out membership. Okay. You can cash out on your content. Okay. It's absolutely possible. So let me know where you're watching from and what your business is. And I'm going to share with you tonight video content ideas. Now, there's a couple of things about me that are core to me. Number one, I feel like you need to focus on one main platform as a business owner. You need to pick your one main platform, your one ride or die, your one everything. And then you can have a secondary platform as well. But you need to have one main platform that you know inside and out, forwards and backwards, and stop trying to post everywhere. Second, I am not the coach for you if you want to do faceless, if you don't want to show your face, if you don't want to talk your voice. I'm not the coach for you because I feel like video content is king and face to camera, voice to camera content is going to get you more connected with your audience and get you more sales. Hey LV, you are in Dallas, Bath and Body Products. You have some awesome products. How are you doing in this new year? And so nice to see you on a live. Miss Raj, you're in East Texas and you own a micro school. Ooh, that's cool. Thank you so much for joining. Hey Sam, my business is Platinum. Am I saying this right? Aptra Designs. Ooh, Sam. So excited to have you here tonight for the live. So video content is king. If you don't remember anything from me tonight, if you have a business, you should be making video content. Gone are the days where you can post a stagnant picture and that's enough. Stagnant pictures are not enough. Video content is king. Carousel posts are a little bit better, but if you are selling a product, especially video, if you are selling a service, video, video content should be your primary content. If you are using social media for your business, video content should be your main source of content. Now, today I'm going to talk to you. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of video content ideas for your business. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments because I answer all the questions. So if you have any questions about your business in particular, your content in particular, I'd love to answer them for you. Okay. So I already said this, but this is on my notes. So if you see me looking over here, I make notes for all of my lives. I have talking points because I like to yap and I get off topic very easily. I start here and I end up over there. So I have notes here. The first thing I have on here is video content is king. Okay. I want you to think of your video content as your commercial, as your digital billboard, as your free ad. Okay. Some people here run ads, but I want you to think of your video content as doing that. We are so blessed to be able to open up our phones and make a video about our business and have our ideal clients find it and purchase from us. And it doesn't cost us anything. In the old days, you would have to pay for a commercial. You'd have to pay for a radio ad. You have to pay for a magazine ad. You'd have to pay for a billboard. You'd have to pay to be on the side of a city bus. You'd have to go door to door. You'd have to make those door hangers that the pizza people used to put on the door. Put a number one in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. You had to do old school guerrilla marketing, and all of that stuff costs money and a lot of time. Could you imagine going door to door with 1,000 flyers, putting them in the neighborhoods, putting them on the cars of people in hopes that your ideal client gets it and reaches out to you to buy your product or service? We don't have to do that. You can sit at home, you can look good, you can feel good, you can dress up how you want, and you can make a video and your potential ideal client will see it and buy from you. It's such a blessing, right? Like, you don't have to do the old school guerrilla marketing. You don't have to do that. You literally can pick up your phone and your video content is just that. Your video content is what is going to connect with your ideal client so that they can buy from you. Okay. So, the first type of video content that you can create, I see some questions. I'm going to come to you in a second. The first type of video content that you can create is what I like to call connection content. Okay. If you've been watching me for a while, you're going to hear me talk about connection content. Connection content connects you with your ideal client. Crystal, why is that important? Because in order for your ideal client to buy from you, they need to know you, like you, and trust you. In order for them to do that, they need to connect with you. So you need to create content that's going to connect with them. So if you sell candles, you should be creating content about candles. Why? Because people who like candles are going to be connected with your content. So connection content is three things. It's the what and the why of your your business, your industry, and your story. And I'm going to talk about all of them. But the first one I want to talk about is telling your story. Okay. Now, you have to tell your story. If you are a small business, if you are a woman business, I know there's a lot of Black women, the three women that I'm looking at right now, all Black women that are watching me, people want to know your story. Will people buy from you just because you're a Black woman? Yes. Will people buy from you because you're somebody's mother? Yes. Will people buy from you because you're someone's wife? Yes. Will people buy from me because I got fired, because I got a kid, because I left a relationship? They will buy from you from a whole lot of reasons, but they won't know those reasons unless you share. I'm not telling you to get on Beyonce's internet and tell all of your business. That's not it. But I want you to tell the version of your story that leads to how you got to where you are in business today. Okay. So, why you started, why you chose this industry, what is your experience in this area? Why did you fall in love with this type of business? Why this product? Why did you decide to solve this problem? Face to camera, tell your story. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. Yes, in the comments on YouTube and Facebook if this makes sense. And I'm going to get to the questions. But people have to know you. You're not Amazon. You're not Walmart. You're not Shein. People aren't just buying from you for your big name. I'm not going to buy a $25 candle from you when I know nothing about you, when I can go to Walmart and buy an $8 candle. Okay. LV says, I struggle knowing the type of YouTube content that will attract people that want to buy products and not other business owners. I'm considering talking while I pack orders behind the scene. Okay. So I think showing the process of creating your products. So if you're thinking short form on YouTube, absolutely. Packaging, shipping, and telling a story, absolutely do that short form. And I think long form, educate your audience on why they need your products, right? So for your body butters, you could do an 8-minute video on why you use the ingredients that you use on your body butter. And you can show the body butter, but educate us on like why you chose this ingredient, what it does for our skin, for super dry skin, for combination skin, for oily skin, right? For your bath products, how should we be using them? Give us an example. You could make a long form video like that. And then for your short form videos, yes, as you're packing orders, as you're doing things like that behind the scenes, you could tell stories. Does that make sense? I think that you should focus more on just sharing your products and services and not, okay, so this is going to sound backwards. Yes, we're looking to attract our ideal client, but the way you do that is by showing up authentically and sharing your product and your story. So if you just focus on, I'm just going to tell people about this product, why they need it, why I created it, why it's the best option for them, why it's better than me going to Walmart and picking up a body butter, right? That is going to attract people and make them want to buy from you. And this is exactly what I'm helping my clients with in my brand new content cash out membership. We're going to be creating our content together every single month. So when you need help crafting your story, I will help you craft your story. I will help you figure out the version of your story to tell. At the beginning of this live, I told a 5-minute version of my story. I have a 1-hour version of my story. I got a 2-hour version of my story where I can take you through every single step from the time that I decided that I was going to be a business owner to today, right? So I will help you craft that so you know what to say. I will help you figure out the types of content that you should be creating specifically for your business, because every business is a little bit different, but everybody should be telling their story. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about doing that. You do not need to go door to door for sure. You don't need to go door to door. I mean, you can if you want to, but you own a school. I wouldn't go door to door. I would just be sharing educational content. What's different about your school? What digital products and services do you offer? I will be talking about that. Why your school is different, why you created it, why it's needed, the transformation of some of the kids that came into your school. I will be talking about all of those things. Okay. So you have to tell your story. I'm not asking you to tell all of your business, but how did your business get started? Why is your business started? How long have you been in business? Why are you using these types of products, these types of ingredients? All of that stuff is important to people being able to connect with you. And they will connect with you from all of that. Okay. Which brings me to my next type of video content. And LV already brought this up, behind the scenes content. Okay. What does it look like to run your business? What does it look like to make your products and services? Show your audience what it looks like. So LV had it just right. Showing the process of creating the products, packaging the products, shipping the products. People want to see that. People are nosy. You can do that on live. You can do that in a short form video. You can do that in a long form vlog. People love to see behind the scenes of what's going on, and people will buy from that. Okay. Some of my favorite content to watch: hairdresser content. When the hairdressers show us the consultation, they show us talking to the client. The client brings in a picture and they want that. Their hair looks like this. And then the stylist does a really great job of like, I can do this. I can't do this. This is why your hair is this. Or, oh my gosh, we can absolutely do this because of this. And they show you the whole process. They tell you the products they're using. They tell you why you're using their products. And they show you the full transformation of the client in their chair. You know what other type of content I like? Because I'm a big back, but I'm trying to get off sugar. Bakery content. Some of my favorite creators, bakery content. Mona, I messaged you, girlfriend. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Bakery content. I love, love, love bakery content. I love watching when they mess up a cake. I love watching them frost the cake. I love watching them when they break the eggs. I love watching the people dip cake pops, okay? Put a yes in the chat if you've been watching cake pop. I've been on cake pop TikTok, okay? Like, it is literally so interesting to watch. And then I'm going to tie this into me, okay? I was watching all of that content in 2024, and I said, how can I show the behind the scenes of my business? I don't make a product, okay? I make services. I do coaching. I create workshops. I'm over here creating a brand new membership, my Content Cash Out membership. I'm like, how do I show people that? It's kind of boring. Like, I made a Google Doc of all the things I'm going to offer in there. Then I made the sales page. Then I made the email workflow. Then I made the sales emails to sell to my email list. It's kind of boring. But I said, you know what? People are nosy. And even though it seems boring to me, people will be interested in it. So that's when I started my day in the life content. And it's some of the best content I've ever done. And can I be honest with you? It's the easiest content I've ever done. It's even easier than my couponing content. I had to prepare for hours to do those couponing videos because I'm looking at the ads, I'm doing the math, I'm looking at multiple stores, I'm doing multiple breakdowns to figure out which is the best breakdown for me. And then I had to go in, then I had to teach y'all while showing y'all the stuff, doing the transactions at the store. It was couponing on camera is easy, but it's not easy. This day in the life content is so easy. I watch other people's business behind the scenes all the time, and I'm like, girl, you can do that, but I don't. You absolutely can do it. You absolutely can do it. You got to make time for it. You got to decide that you want to do it and make time for it. And this is what I did for my day in the life content. So at the beginning of 2025, I said, I'm going to do day in the life content. And I only know this because I got the stats for my live that I did last night. I did 180 shorts in 2025. And I would say 160 of them were day in the life shorts. I had some talking head ones like this, but like 160 of them were day in the lives. It was the easiest type of content I've ever created. I'll talk about it in a little bit. I think I have some other, I can talk about it now. It's the easiest type of content to create. Why? Because I show my audience what I'm doing and then I tell a story. So the best way to do the behind the scenes is not to narrate what's on the screen. So I'll use LV, for example. I know she makes body butter because I bought the body butter. Okay. So she has body butter. So you don't have to say, oh, now I'm putting the body butter in the container and I have black containers. I have 8 ounces. You don't have to say all of that. Show us the process and then tell us, okay, this is my brand new scent that I created, chocolate caramel. I didn't think people were going to like this. I really struggled with figuring out like the right ratio to chocolate to caramel, but it came out so amazing. It's such a sweet scent. But on the screen, you're showing us you mixing up the things, putting in different droppers, and then we can see that you have a large size and a small size. And you can say, oh my gosh, I didn't know if I wanted to do this in the 12 ounces or if I wanted to keep it small in the 3 ounces for the minis. I was torn back and forth. So you know what? I just went ahead and did both. Like, tell us the story of you creating the product. Don't tell us, okay, and then I went to the post office. We can see that you're at the post office. You could say something like, okay, I launched this and I didn't think that many people were going to buy, but oh my gosh, 70 people purchased. Girl, we sold out. I had to go get more products because I wasn't expecting it. So I was a little bit overwhelmed and it took me a little bit longer to do it all. And I had to go to the post office 3 different times because we sold 70 and I was only expecting to sell maybe like 15. So it completely shocked me. People really like this chocolate caramel. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Hey, Mommy Scribbles, thank you so much for joining. Does this make sense? But on the screen, she's showing us the process. How do you do that? Grab your phone and just record 1 to 2 minutes of each part of the process. That's it. You don't have to record for hours and hours and hours and hours. If you make a physical product, show us the different angles. Opening up the package, record for a minute. Once you do something different, change the camera angle. So this is the thing that's been helping me the most with my day in the life. Okay. So like when I'm sitting down to work, okay, I can do the angle where you can see me this way. I can do the angle where you can see me on this side. I can do the angle where you can see me on this side. So every couple of minutes, I'm still here typing the same way. I change the angle. So first I'll start off with my camera like this. Then I'll take my camera and I'll put it like this. I can put my camera like this. I can put my camera like this. So it makes you feel like you're seeing a lot of different things, but I'm still typing the same freaking document that I've been typing this whole time. I just gave you multiple different angles. If you are walking, now the thing about the day in the life kind of content and showing it, it does take a little bit of extra time, but it really doesn't take that much. So when I'm doing Instacart and I'm showing y'all a business owner with side hustles, I think of the angles. So I get myself walking in the store. I get myself walking down the aisle. I get myself grabbing something from the shelf. I get myself walking to the register. I get myself checking out. And then sometimes I will put my phone outside the door and then I get myself going out the door. Okay. You just got to think of the different angles. Now, it takes time because there's a lot of times where I start vlogging and I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm vlogging. I didn't get no angles. And then there's a lot of time where I look and I got way too much footage because I got 50,000 angles and it takes time. And not every vlog, oh, I've been sweating, y'all. Not every vlog is going to be perfect. It's going to take time. Not every behind the scenes is going to be perfect. You might get one whole behind the scenes of you just mixing up everything. Oh, well, you got a 1.5 minute video of you mixing, tell a mini story. It's totally fine. People will watch it. They're watching it to connect with you. Okay. So then the next time you can do something a little bit different, but show the behind the scenes. Whether you sell a product or a service, show the behind the scenes. My sister does a hybrid where she does some, we call it B-roll, where she just records herself. And then she'll come in and have herself talking. And then she'll record herself some more. I prefer to record all the clips and just voice over it completely through with a story. I prefer it that way. I don't like stopping midway through, and talking because I be yapping too much. So I prefer to just record myself doing what I'm doing and then tell you a story later. Now, in some of the day in the lives, I do tell you exactly what we did. Okay, we went to go see Avatar. We did this, we did that, blah, 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 blah. And then there's other times I'm showing you my day and I'm talking about something completely different. Okay. Tell us the story about why. Let me tell you about why I started my business. My goal setting one. It was just me making my bingo goal setting. And it was just me typing and clapping away and creating my bingo board and everything. And I was just telling the story of the goals that I'm setting for the year, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. People actually like the messier ones. So show that behind the scenes content. My B-roll never seems to perform. Okay. So have you tried different things? The other thing I will say is this is me personally. I know some people like this. I hate this. I don't like B-roll that just has music or words on the screen. Are you telling a story with your B-roll or are you just posting it with music or words on the screen? I highly suggest you tell a story with your B-roll. A story of one of your services you're creating, why you started your business, something that you're working on. I know I'm going to do a journaling one. I think once a month I'm going to do a journaling one where I share my journaling prompts. I share how I journal, why I journal, what journaling has helped me with. I'm going to do that really soon. And that's just going to be a lot of me writing and you watching me ideate and you watching me write my prompts out. So when you say your B-roll never performs, what does your B-roll look like? Can you tell me what that type of content looks like for you? The next type of video content that you can create is industry education and motivational videos. So whether you sell a product or service, it doesn't matter. You want to educate your audience on your industry. Okay. So share about your specific industry. Share things that people don't know, but they think they know. Share myths. Share answers to frequently asked questions. Go in and answer questions that your audience always asks. When I was doing couponing, I can answer how to start couponing every single day. I can answer how to coupon at CVS every single day. What's the difference between a when you buy and a when you spend deal at Walgreens, and when should you use your Walgreens cash versus not using your Walgreens cash? I can answer those questions every single day. When it comes to content coaching, I can answer what platform should I be on every single day? Should I be posting every single day? What type of content should I be posting? I can answer those questions every single day. So educate and motivate your audience. And you can do a combination of both. You can do a combination of a sit down talking head video, or you record that B-roll and then you say, okay, let me tell you the top 2 questions I get the top 2 questions I get all the time. I'm going to answer them today while I show you me making my brand new candles. Okay. Question number 1 I always get is this, blah, blah, blah. And this is how I would handle this and blah, blah, blah. And the second question I always get is this, and this is how I would handle it, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? So you constantly recording your behind the scenes, your day in the lives, etc., gives you enough footage to tell the stories. And another secret, you can reuse some of the same footage. It does not have to be the same. It doesn't have to be fresh, completely fresh footage, everything. So this is something that me and my sister have been talking about. Last year, I was really stuck on, if I'm doing a day in the life and it's January 4th, I need to show y'all from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And I would have like an hour of footage that I would cut down to 3 minutes. And my sister's like, why are you doing that? I said, I had this thing in my head where it's like, I need to show people the whole day. But some of my favorite content creators are like, spend a morning with me, spend 2 hours with me, spend an afternoon with me, do one activity with me. And their videos were 2 to 3 minutes. And I told my sister, I said, if I record myself all day, I can make 2 to 3, I can make 4 or 5 videos in a day. So when you record yourself, if you record yourself for 25 minutes, 30 minutes a day, you can break up that 30 minutes into 8 2-minute clips to 10 2-minute clips. Does this make sense? Yes or no? And with that content, you tell your story, right? Why you started your business, your experience. You educate your audience on something in the industry. You motivate your audience on something in the area. Does this make sense? And I was like, oh. So I've started to change the way that I do my content, my day in the life, in the sense of when I record a day in the life and I record all day, I may do one video that shows you the whole day. Then I may do one video that's just the morning, one video that's just the midpoint, one activity, and one video that's the evening. So I done made 4 videos from one day in the life, and then I'm just going to voice over and tell a different story. Some of the clips will overlap, but who gives a crap, right? So educate and motivate your audience. She says, oh no, it usually has music and words on the screen. and it looks like your business, you're an author, you're a speaker, you're a teacher. People want to know what it is. What do you do? Yes, it makes sense. It's ironic because I write books, but I struggle with video content creation. Ooh, oh my gosh, there's so much you can do. You can talk about how you started writing books, why you write books, the hardest part about the writing process, the easiest part about the writing process, what comes easy to you, what's hard for you. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that I can help you with. And this is why I created my membership, the Content Cash Out membership. Now, the Content Cash Out membership is for business owners who want to use social media to make consistent content that converts into consistent sales. Now, inside this membership, my goal is to help you create your content, video content, for a month at a time. We're going to plan and batch our content for a month at a time so that you are posting every single week, not every day, every single week. YouTube is the main platform that I'm working on, but then I will also help you with your TikTok strategy, your Instagram strategy, and your Facebook strategy based on what your main social media platform is. So inside the membership, I teach live 3 times per month. And my membership is not like the other ones. There's not a whole portal where you go in and watch all these pre-recorded videos. No, I'm teaching live in the membership 3 times per month. Now, the first call, well, not the first, one of the calls is when we plan out our content together. So when we meet together in January, we're going to be sitting down and planning your content for February. When you leave that coaching call, all you're going to have to do is go and record your content. Okay. Does that make sense? Second, we're going to do a live masterclass / workshop every single month. I'm going to have slides. I'm going to have a topic, and I'm going to walk you through, okay, this is how you start a YouTube channel. This is how you go live on TikTok. This is how you create thumbnails on Canva. This is how you use Canva. Does that make sense? So the topics are going to change every month for the workshop based on a hot topic, things that you guys have been asking me questions about. And then third is going to be a hot seat one-on-one coaching. So it's in the group. So in the group, I'll go around. Everyone will get the opportunity to ask me a question, and I'm going to hot seat coach you, me and you. And all of these calls are on Zoom, but they're in a group setting. Okay. So the Content Cash Out membership is meant to help you create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. And I put it in the group so that we can learn from each other. And I wanted to teach live because there's enough courses out there. There's enough ebooks out there. And when it comes to creating content, you need someone to talk to. You need someone to hold you accountable. And you'll have me and the other ladies in the group, and we can all learn from each other. So I teach 3 times live in the group on Zoom. Our community aspect is in a private Facebook group. So there will be weekly accountability updates in the Facebook group. And you can also ask questions in the Facebook group every single day. Okay. I will be in the Facebook group multiple times per week there to support you. You will also get access to all of the replays in there. The membership is only $99 per month. $99 per month. That's it. That's all. When you join right now, I think for the next few days, I have 2 epic bonuses. You will get a YouTube audit. If you have a YouTube channel, I'm going to do a YouTube channel audit. I'm going to review your content, give you feedback. The audit comes with a 20-minute one-on-one call for us to debrief and go over. This is what you can do. This is what you can update. This is what you've been doing really, really well. And also you can get a TikTok and or Instagram audit, right? So I'll audit one of those and I'll give you pre-recorded feedback on that. But again, during our 20-minute coaching call, we can discuss that feedback as well. So when you join right now, you will have the opportunity to get both of those things. And again, it's only $99 per month. It is a 6-month minimum commitment, meaning you have to stay for 6 months. After that, you can stay as long as you want, or you are more than welcome to go on your merry way. But I'm just here to hold you accountable, support you, motivate you, and encourage you as you create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. So if you want to join us inside the Content Cash Out membership, you can click the link in my bio on TikTok and or Instagram. You can also go in the description box on YouTube. I'm going to extend my bonus that I had from yesterday that if you do sign up tonight, I will give you a 30-minute one-on-one call. So an additional 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. The membership does not come with one-on-one. Is it a one-on-one coaching to plan content, or is it a group? It's in a group. It does not come with one-on-one coaching. It's all in the group. However, if you want to add on one-on-one coaching, I do have that VIP option where you could add 2 30-minute one-on-one calls per month added on. to your membership if you want to do that. If you do want to do that, just let me know. I have a special link for that. But if you do want to add on one-on-one coaching, you can absolutely do that. But everything is in the group. We do it all together. I'll give you a prompt. I'll give you a focus. We do it together. You ask your questions and you leave with your content plan. But if you want to add on one-on-one, I can absolutely add that on ad hoc. But the Content Cash Out membership, we start on January 13th. But you want to get in now. We're going to have a welcome party on January 11th. And our first coaching call is going to be on January 13th. Okay. So again, you can go to my website, christhemaximizer.com, get into the Content Cash Out membership and join the 3 lovely ladies that are on the wall. I'm going to make the sign bigger. Oh my gosh. I was cold and then I started sweating terribly. I'm going to make my sign bigger. I like to do a wall of fame. So everyone who joins my membership is going to be on the wall. I do have a goal to have 16 ladies in the membership in the month of January. That's my baby goal. Okay. That's my baby goal. But I'm very excited for this. I'm a membership girly. I'm so excited to have another one. I'm so excited for it. So again, christhemaximizer.com, click on membership to get inside. And that is what I'm going to help you with. I love that. Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for being here. I will check it out. Thanks. I have to put the kiddos to bed. Okay. Good night. Oh, yes. School's back up tomorrow, right? My kid doesn't go back to school till Tuesday. We're going to Disney tomorrow. But I understand. Okay. Next types of video content. If anybody else has any questions, let me know in the comments. More than happy to answer them. The next type of video content that you can create is literally just talking about your business. Okay. So getting face to camera and doing the B-roll and telling a story. Tell us why you started your business. I think sometimes we get stuck in the day-to-day, right? Going through the motions, and we forget that like new people are finding you every single day. I want you to remember that. When you are creating on social media, new people are finding you every single day. They don't know your story. They don't know why you started your business. They don't know how you got to where you are today. And they want to know why, because people are nosy. So it's okay to talk about how you started your business, why you started your business, what is it, who it helps, the problem that you solve, how it helps them, how it gives them more of what they want, what their life is going to look like after they buy your product or service, right? It's okay to talk about that. That's why every time I go live, I spend 5 minutes telling my story, because new people are finding me every day. When a new person watches this replay, I want them to know who I am from the beginning. Partly because I don't want you to think that I'm just somebody who just popped on the internet yesterday, or I had one viral video and now I, and God's gift to social media, no shade to anyone else, but like August will be 8 years that I've been creating content, and I can't even fathom that. I'm just blown away that it's been 8 freaking years, right? So new people are finding you every single day and they don't know you. It's okay to talk about your business every single time you get on social media. It's okay to talk about why you started your business, what your business is, and how it helps people. I think we hear ourselves say the same thing over and over again and assume everyone knows. No, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I had my Money Saving Academy membership for 5 years. I started it in 2019. I closed it at the beginning of 2024, right? That's 5 years, right? About 5 years. Literally, there were people on my email list 3 years in. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you had this membership. I talked about that membership so much. I was like, how do you not know? Some people just don't pay attention. They're oblivious. Some people just are not listening. And I realized it's okay to repeat yourself. I would literally tell people, this is how you start couponing every day. I can probably say 90% of the live streams I did, I had to say, this is the best way to start couponing. These are the steps to start couponing. Literally. Because there would be a new person on my live every single time, like, well, I want a coupon, but I'm scared. I want to start a business, but I'm scared. I want to go on YouTube, but I'm scared. I need to create better content. I'm creating content and it's not going the way that I want it to go, right? Those are the type of questions that people will ask every single day, because new people are finding you every day. Or people who've been away for a while. They don't remember. They need to be refreshed. They've been around, but they haven't been paying attention. So it's okay to repeat yourself. You should repeat yourself. If you feel like you're repeating yourself a lot, you're doing it right. Okay. People need to hear stuff 10 to 20 times before it really clicks. And they actually are like, oh, okay, this is great. I need this, right? The next type of video content, if you are ever stuck and you don't know what to post, besides your story and your business, all the whys. Okay. Ask yourself why about everything. Why did you start your business? Why are you solving this problem? Why did you create this product? Why do we need this product? Why did this product give me more of what I want? Why is this product going to change my life? Why should I buy this product from you? Why is this the best pricing option? Why do you have the best ingredients? Does this make sense? Yes or no? Why is it great? Why are your clients getting results from it? Why is it the best option for them? Why? You should join the Content Cash Out membership because I am live coaching. I'm not shoving you a pre-recorded course telling you to submit questions and I'm sending you canned response answers. You get to show up on a Zoom. I get to talk to you, you get to talk to me, and you get your questions answered. You're going to be held accountable in our community. There's going to be other women there to support you, not just me. Eventually I'm going to add eventually I'll probably have like 1 or 2 support coaches. But for now you get me and the other ladies that are in the group. The live coaching is the secret sauce. Most people are not giving out this level of live coaching for $99 per month. I'm coaching you. I don't hold anything back in my containers. If you've ever been a part of any of my group containers, I'm never like, no, I'm not answering that here. I literally answer everything. Like I'm giving you thousands of dollars of coaching for $99 a month. That's why you should be there. The value is going to be immense. A $99 investment, and my goal is to help you make $1,000. That's almost a 10x return on your investment. My goal is to help you make $1,000 per month from your content. Now, is it going to take time for you to set it up? Absolutely. It's not going to happen overnight. It is going to take time, but once you get it going, it's going to get going, right? But that is why you should join the Content Cash Out membership. Live coaching. Live coaching changed my life. My first business coach that I hired, I had to pay her $6,000. Oh, thank you. For 6 months. You're paying $99. I paid $1,000 a month for 6 months. Okay. And did I get 3 coaching calls? Though there was weekly calls with support coaches, and we only got coached by her maybe twice a month by the head coach. But no one is really out here giving you live coaching for $99 a month. I just want to support you with your content because I know how frustrating it is to want something and not know how to get it. I know how annoying it is to have questions and no one to answer them. I know how lonely it is to run a business if you don't have other business friends or business minded people around you. I found my biz bestie in a group coaching program. I joined a group coaching program at the beginning of 2021 and I met her and we've been biz besties ever since. Literally ever since. And it's insane that it's been like 5 years that I've known her. I think 5 years. I want to say it was 2021. Yeah, it was 2021 when I met her. And I met her in a group coaching program. And I had longed for a business bestie for a while, but I found her in a group coaching program that we were a part of together. Okay. So if you're ever at a loss for the type of content to create, especially on video, just answer why. Every level, every layer of why that you can answer, your audience needs to know. Answer it. Show and tell. Old school show and tell. Okay. You should never, ever be on your page. Buy my lip gloss, buy my ebook, buy my membership, buy my course, buy my t-shirts, go to my website and pick what you want. Absolutely not. I despise that type of content. You don't tell people to buy. Just because you tell me to buy it, I'm not going to buy it. You want to know why people buy? When you tell them the why. So when I say show and tell, I want you to show me that The reason why, this is an example. The reason why I created this lip gloss was because I don't do dusty, crusty, or musty. And I hate for my lips to be dry. I talk a lot. And with talking a lot, my lips tend to get really dry. And I like lip gloss. I like the glossiness, but I don't like the stickiness. And I don't like just clear gloss. I want a little in my lip gloss. And there was really nothing on the market that was really catering to me. And I didn't like layering. Now, when I'm recording some videos, sometimes I'll layer, put on a lipstick and put a gloss on top. But for my everyday, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to put on lipstick and lip gloss and carry around two. It was too much. So I decided to create Chris Lips. Okay. I wanted a nude, black girl nude tone. I also wanted a brown tone that was in a lip gloss that I didn't need to layer, that wasn't sticky. You see, when I talk, ain't no stickiness, ain't no strings. I know you've had a lip gloss a time or two where you open your mouth and it's like, it looks like string cheese. Oh my God. So freaking annoying. I talk too much for that. Could you imagine me talking and it's like, looking like I got cheese in my mouth? Absolutely not. Nobody wants to do that. So I created Chris Lips for that very reason. I used XYZ ingredients because I knew it wasn't going to make it sticky. I used XYZ pigment, and then it just glides on your lips. I created this for myself selfishly. I didn't have any intentions or any thoughts on selling it. I was like, I need this for myself. So I started wearing it. And then my friends started asking, like, girl, where'd you get that? And I was like, my kitchen, your kitchen. I made it. What? Tell me how you made it. Actually, I don't want to know how you made it. Can you just make me some and I'll pay you for it? That's how it started. That's why I created Chris Lips. I literally created it for myself because there was no product on the market that was giving me what I wanted. So I created what I needed. And since then, we've had 55,000 iterations, and I've changed the wand, I've changed the bottle, I've changed it to make it perfect in this current version. And I'm going to keep innovating it. I'm going to keep marketing it. But it is one of my favorite things. And the flavor that I'm using right now, or this color I'm using right now, is Rosy Future. And it's literally my favorite. Do you see how I told you the story of why I created the product? Does this make sense? Yes or no? I never once said bye. Because as I'm telling that story, someone in the comments will be like, oh my gosh, where can I buy it? That's when you share the pitch. Right? Or you can say, I only have like 20 left right now in stock. I'm going to be going out of stock really soon, so I'm going to have to make some more. It's available at KristenMaximizer.com right now, but I only have those last 20. Once they're gone, you can do a pre-order for the wait list for the next round of them, but I only have about 20 of them left. And maybe only 15 because I'm going to keep 5 for myself or something cute like that, right? But you never should be up here saying buy, 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 buy. Tell your audience why you created it, why they need it, why it's going to give them more of what they want. Show them how it works, and then they will lead themselves to the buying decision. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense, okay? And those are my video content ideas for your business. Tell the stories, share the whys, face to camera, video content. Was this helpful for you? And do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, let me know if this was helpful. I do want to thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Let me know, was this helpful for you? Yes or no? Was this helpful for you? Yes. Awesome sauce. Happy to hear that. And for those of you that are ready to take the next step, get that more support, go ahead and grab your spot in the Content Cash Out membership. Everything that I taught here is everything that you're going to get inside the membership plus more, in a setting to where you can actually get on camera with me and get your questions answered. And the biggest part of the membership is for you to plan your content for a month at a time. This video content sounds great, but if you're trying to plan and record and schedule your content day by day, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. You want to batch out your video content so that you always are posting every single week. And that's what I'm helping you with inside the Content Cash Out membership. So you can go to KristenMaximizer.com, click on membership, or you can click the link in the description box on YouTube and my bio on TikTok and Instagram. Okay. And anyone who signs up tonight will also get an additional 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. Okay. So I do want to thank y'all for joining. Are there any questions? I'm going to stay on for a couple of minutes for questions because I know sometimes there is a delay. Any questions? I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Any questions? All right. I don't see any questions. If you have any questions after this, feel free to slide over into my DMs at Kristen Maximizer on TikTok or Instagram. I do want to thank y'all so much for joining. I will be live around this time-ish tomorrow. I have to, me and Kinsley are going to Disney tomorrow, so I may be a little bit later. I may be a little bit later tomorrow. I think I still have it scheduled for 9. I'm gonna push it back because I'm going to Disney with Kinsley and then I gotta drop her and all the things. So I may be a little bit later tomorrow. But I hope y'all have a good night and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.